Now you can only imagine the looks I got when I walked into a shop this morning and asked for gaffer tape and a blindfold. You're not going to want to miss this one. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button. If you like fun, awesome golf content that's going to help you improve your game, help you improve the enjoyment of the game, help you get that handicap down, and basically offer you entertainment, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you put that thumbs up if you enjoy the video. As always guys, I want you guys to be a part of the videos and I want you to comment below. In this video, I want you to comment, what flex shafts do you use? Do you use regular? Do you use ladies? Do you use stiff? Do you use extra stiff? And why do you use them? Do you use them because you are fitted for them, or do you use them just because they feel better? In this video, I'm going to put an extra stiff shaft against a stiff shaft head to head in a Taylormade GAPR Low iron. But here's the thing guys, we're going to do it blind. No, I'm not. Oh, that sun's bright. No, I'm not going to hit shots with a blindfold on. Actually, I might do at the end, so if you want to see that, make sure you stay tuned. But I'm going to put gaffer tape around the shaft labels so we don't know which is which. So the shafts in question we have are the KBS hybrid shaft. It is a new shaft especially made for the Taylormade GAPR, and they are both 80 grams in weight. So they're both exactly the same, they're the same length, they're the same weight, apart from the shaft flex. So if I then cover this shaft flex over, first of all, are we going to tell the difference? And second of all, what will be the difference? Let's get on the flight scope, let's hit some premium range balls, and let's do it now. That lens grab was a bit better than the first one, wasn't it? Because I wasn't blindfolded and I could see what, I was a bit scared I'd smash the anyway, let's do it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we are going to take the current head off the shaft that is already in there, just so that when I tape them up, I don't have any prejudices on what's what. So I've now got two shafts, no head on them, just pure shafts. And now just give them a quick wipe because it's a bit dewy this morning. And I have forgot the scissors as always, so we're going to get a nice amount of tape. Do that with the teeth, my mum would kill me. First one in, we'll go over here and we're just going to go and go and go. I've still got tape on my lip, look. There we go. We're going to keep going and going and going until pretty much we can't see any of it. Now this isn't an 80 gram shaft anymore, is it? Well, there or thereabouts. Now let's grab the other one and do the same. So you'll see here, my eyes are well away from where the shaft is, and we're just going to do exactly the same, round and round and round and round until, again, we can't tell where the shaft is. So I'm now going to mix these up, loads, loads and loads and loads, even around my back. I saw this going easier, to be fair. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I literally haven't got a clue which one is which now. As you see on the camera, you cannot see what shaft flex they are. This is going to be interesting. Let's hit some golf balls. So I'm now going to put the head on one of the random shafts. We'll call this club 1, and once I've played it, I'm going to go and put it to my left hand side there so we know which one it is. Okay guys, let's do this. No, that's at the end. Remember, you've got to stay tuned for that. I've got no idea why, but I do feel a little bit nervous on this test. So straight away, as I have a few practice swings, it feels stiff. I don't know, they're both stiff and extra stiff, aren't they? See how the first shot goes. Oh, that's nice. Felt good. So as you can see there, 196 carry, 212 total. It's early days, isn't it? I'm not going to go through every number. We will have a roundup in the middle and at the end. felt bottomy. I can't imagine that's gone as far. One thing that I wouldn't recommend with these is I can't do my little shaft twirl because that gets in the way. So that felt really good. 210 carry, nearly 240 in total. That was an absolute beast. Have you tried these yet? That's left, but it's a good strike. Another fairly big one, but in better news, I've adopted a new club twirl. So now from here, I throw it down and catch it, rather than getting it stuck in the way there. So at least we've overcome that hurdle. As opposed to the shaft flex, I'm not too sure just yet. Let's hit one more and then let's try the next shaft, shaft 2. Okay guys, let's talk numbers for shaft option 1. Here they are. So we'll go straight into the total. We are into a little bit of wind here. 209.4 on average. That's not terrible, not exactly where I'd expect the numbers to be for this club. Remember, it is playing a 2-iron. We had one that got out there at 230. I said 240 on the video and I got a little bit ahead of myself, but 230, very happy with that. It felt fantastic. It was a nice high draw. It was exactly what I would want. Spin rate nigh on 4,500. Now that's a lot. 4,500 for that kind of club is a lot of spin. Remember, this is a low club. It's designed to knuckle through the wind. It's designed to be a low spinning club. I'm not going to take a guess just yet. I'm going to leave the guessing until the end. I've got the slight feeling in my head as to which shaft this is, but I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest. Let's go shaft number 2 and let's wipe this data clear. Okay, so let's have a quick change around with the head. I don't know about you guys, I'm really enjoying this. I'm glad I got up early to do this morning. And welcome, shaft number 2. So same settings, standard loft, playing a 2-iron. Make sure that's nice and tight on because the camera's new. And if the head comes flying off at the new camera, I won't be very happy. Okay, shaft number 2, same head, no idea what they are. Let's do it. Can you tell the difference in shaft flex? That was real bottomy. Now that one, I was throwing a spanner in the works because I was kind of sure in my head that I sort of knew which ones they are. But that one felt like the one that I thought the other one should have felt like. Right, I'm confused now. Dispersion with this shaft 2 is definitely better. I'm definitely keeping this one more on the planet. I'd say in play, but on the planet. That's not on the planet. Now, fair test wise, I've put pretty similar swings on these, a couple of good swings and a couple of, well, bad swings. So this should be a very, very fair test. I will say one thing this morning, it is dewy, so Bryson DeChambeau may argue with me that it's not a fair test, but I don't really care. Let's hit one more and then we'll take a look at the numbers for shaft number 2 and the numbers all together, and I'm going to make my predictions before we do the unveiling. That's high and right. Now this is going to be interesting. Let's talk numbers for shaft number 2 before we compare them. And here they are. So numbers for shaft number 2, 196 carry, 217.5 total. Spin rate, take a look at that spin rate straight away. 3,700, that is way down from shaft option number 1. Dispersion wise, absolutely miles better. I felt like I could keep it on the planet. I felt like I could maybe even hit a fairway with it, God forbid. So let's take a look back at the numbers for shaft number 1. 193 carry as opposed to 196 carry, 209 total as opposed to 217 total. The higher spin rate there, meaning that it's not going to bound forward, it's not going to kick on, it's going to sit down that little bit more. So is there a difference in stiff and extra stiff shafts? Yes, there is. Which one suited me? Shaft option number 2, shaft option that is still in the GAPR head. So what are my predictions? Before we talk predictions, guys, I did say I was going to hit one blindfolded, and I'm going to do it for you now, just to keep the suspense going of my predictions and which shaft is which. Remember, so I'm going to go shaft option number 2 purely because it's still in the head. Let's do it. Now this could go anywhere. felt great, not gonna lie. It felt terrible, but we've got a steady 175 yards out of that. I've got absolutely no idea how, but anyway, let's talk predictions and let's do it now. Okay guys, so this is time, it is the grand unveiling. Which shaft do I think is which? Is it possible to tell the difference blindfolded between a stiff and an extra stiff shaft? So shaft number 2 still has the head in it and shaft number 1 doesn't. I think shaft number 1 was extra stiff. I just struggled to get it flighted a little bit. As soon as I did get it flighted, it spun up in the air and didn't go anywhere, and the dispersion was pretty horrific. Now, I am using an extra stiff shaft in my driver at the minute, the Taylormade M3. If you've not watched that video where I compare those, you'll see that the extra stiff shaft suits me in that club. So it's amazing to see how the extra stiff shaft today doesn't suit me in this club. Or so I think, we don't even know this yet. Let's find out what shaft number 1 is. I think it's extra stiff. Comment below first, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Comment below what shaft you think it is. Let's do it. Are you as excited as I am for this? I'm really excited. Let's see. You know what, I'm going to put my hand over it as well and get it up. Should have brought scissors, James, I think. I've not looked. We've got it. Just about, I think. I've not looked. What is it? Oh my God. It's the stiff shaft. The first one, the first shaft number 1 is the stiff shaft. Look at that. Look at that. Shaft number 1, stiff shaft. I got it wrong. Is it possible? And for the sake of fair test, let's see. I've really done this well, actually. I've never been good at finding the ends of sellotape. See that, if I move that out of the way. Shaft number 2 is in fact the extra stiff shaft. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I have. This has been one of my favourite videos to film yet. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and it just goes to show you can't, well, I couldn't tell the difference. And that's astounded me. To be honest, I was a little bit cocksure that I knew which one it was going to be. Even in the middle of the video when I thought, nah, I wasn't too sure. I had one shot that kind of put me off a little bit, and that shot was obviously the one that I should have taken note of because I got it wrong, guys. And it does go to show that I should be using the extra stiff shaft in the hybrid. It was better numbers, it went further, the dispersion was better, and it matches with the driver, so there's got to be something in that as well, hasn't there? In fact, let's take another quick look through the numbers. Now we know what these shafts are. So looking at the numbers for shaft number 1, now we know that was the stiff shaft, not the extra stiff shaft. Club head speed 99.6 miles an hour, we'll call that 100, whereas if we swipe along now to the extra stiff shaft, club head speed 95.6. Pretty much exactly the same numbers there, generating a ball speed for the extra stiff shaft of 135.6 miles per hour, as opposed to with the stiff shaft, a ball speed 135.2 miles per hour. If we look at all these numbers, apart from the spin rate, there isn't a massive difference there, is there? But the big thing for me was I felt the dispersion was better. So that has been a personal victory for me there, because I fitted myself into an extra stiff shaft and I feel pretty good about myself. Guys, I'm James Robinson, I'm here at Huddersfield Golf Club. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, just consider it. It's growing massively. We are now at 10,000 subscribers, which I didn't think would happen. Massive thanks Oscar Jacobson for the clothing drop as well. I think it looks really smart, and we've got a massive week's filming ahead. See you soon.